Hey, Soul Tribes, this is Solstice here. We're going to be talking today about collagen and how it can support your playful, wild child and how it can help you feel younger in your body. And I'm here with Carol Despeaux Fawcett, who's going to tell us more about collagen and what collagen is. But first, we're going to talk about kind of how we met. So we were both living in the Pacific Northwest. And this was the time when I really got more in touch with my playful, feeling like a kid again, inner child. And I was actually doing a nanny job. And basically, I didn't have to do much discipline. I didn't have to make dinner. I didn't have to do all those adulting things with kids. I just got to just play with them. I got paid to play with kids. So I basically, when the kids were imagining that they were a mermaid crawling down on the ground, I was a mermaid crawling down on the ground, And if we went on a hike, and they were twirling around, I wanted to spin around with them or skip along or get dirty in the sand when we went to the beach. And so that was a lot of how I really got my magical inner child back. And Carol has talked a lot about just getting back into the play and making play like a huge priority, really, because I think we're way too serious as adults. But we find, and Carol's going to tell more about her story later in this interview, but we find that like if our bodies aren't feeling good, we're not going to be twirling around in the forest or skipping along or crawling on the ground pretending to be a mermaid. If we're overweight or our bodies are hurting, our joints are hurting, we're not going to do any of that. So she's going to tell us more about what collagen is and why do we need collagen supplement as we get older.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Solstice, for having me here today. I'm super excited. And the reason why I got involved in the health and wellness industry, which I've been in for over 20 years now, is because of my own health issues, right? And I had to go on a journey and a quest to discover what worked for me. Because there was a time in my life where, you know, I had issues in my body and I couldn't get down on the floor and play like I wanted to. And now, I have to say that I am closer to 60 than 50. And I can get down on the floor with my grandkids and play with them. And, it just makes all the difference. So, yeah, we want to feel young in our bodies, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you want me to dive in and talk about collagen?
Yeah. Tell us some more about what the supplements are about.
Okay.
And actually, why is that you're talking about like a liquid collagen, and why is that better than a powder type
Um,
collagen? Because I have done the powder collagen, and I didn't notice anything different.
yeah, same
So,
here. Same here. So basically, let me just step back one step. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. I know a lot of people have heard of collagen, but maybe we don't really understand exactly what it is. And so it's the most abundant protein in the body. And it actually is the entire structural component of the body. So you have collagen from your head down to your toes.
mm,
And the interesting thing about collagen, and what a lot of people don't understand, and I didn't understand this until I got into this field specifically. I'd been in biofeedback before and a few other supplements, and worked with doctors and scientists and researchers all over the world. And then when we all discovered this unique collagen supplement, we were fascinated, because collagen in the body actually coexists with something called hyaluronic acid, which I'd never heard of before, and chondroitin sulfate. And so what it does is why we need it is that as we age, like when we get into our 30s, mid 30s, we're no longer producing as much collagen as we used to. And pretty much we're not producing the hyaluronic acid as either. And the hyaluronic acid is what holds moisture in our body. So picture a nice newborn baby and a toddler. You know how like my grandson, they're so plump and juicy, right? You just want to squeeze their fat little cheeks. And the reason is because they're abundant in collagen and hyaluronic acid.
huh,
So as we get older and we age, our body's no longer producing those factors, and so that's why we start to get wrinkles, and that's why we get shorter as we get older, because
mm,
our bodies aren't producing the hyaluronic acid and the chondroitin sulfate and the collagen. And so, um, so why is a liquid? So like I have the liquid collagen here, and I'm going to take a sip, a shot. Why is a liquid better than a powder? And there's two reasons specifically for this liquid. Number one is liquids in general are easier to absorb. A naturopath told me years and years ago that the number one thing in our colons and in our sewer system is unabsorbed pills. So tablets and pills that don't break down in our colon and they get flushed into the toilet. Yeah. So that's what a lot of our, that is things that did not get absorbed into the body. And in fact, David Wolf, who is the raw food guru, told me years ago when I went to a raw food retreat in Maui. I think it was back in 2004 when my illness popped up. He said, anything you put in your body that your body doesn't recognize, it's going to store it somewhere. So, that fat cell, when you lose weight, you notice how you kind of detox and you might feel it. It's that junk, getting flushed from your system. So anyway, liquid
Hmm.
is better because number one, it's more absorbable than a pill or powder. In this particular liquid, what they've done is they've micronized the molecule. So they found the perfect molecular weight because normally collagen is a very heavy molecule. And so that's why a lot of collagens on the market, the most absorbability you're going to get is like 20%. With this one, it's 100%. And that's why we get such great stories, right? Because of the absorbability factor. And I've gotten like hundreds of customers that have incredible before and after pictures.
Mm.
And not only anti-age from the inside, but also so they're noticing results on their skin. Their skin clears up, they become more hydrated, their wrinkles go away. Most people guess that I'm 20 years younger than I am. So that's pretty cool. So that's kind of like collagen in a nutshell, why we need it, why a liquid is better. And if people want more information, I think you're going to drop a website below. um,
Yes, yes. So like if you want to find out more about this where to get this liquid collagen, you can find it in this description box just below the video. So just if you hit the little arrow button, it'll drop the description box and there'll be a link there for you to find out more about it.
Yeah, there's going to be a video in the on that page. So watch the video first because that really explains a lot about the collagen better than I can do.
Right. I'm also wondering, like, did you have to add anything to make that liquid drinkable, or did you just
Nope,
make
I
a
just pour
shot?
it
It's easy like
straight from the bottle, and you take 1 tablespoon twice a day because collagen has a half-life, and it's just better to take it twice a day. It builds up in the body better.
that.
And so and this is more than a tablespoon because I just love my collagen. Um,
So I take it you can't overdose.
no. They've even done safety studies. You cannot overdose. And I've had, like I said, I've helped a lot of customers with their issues. And so, can I tell my story real quick?
Yeah, yeah, and actually, I was just gonna say, like, let's hear what your yeah.
What it did for me was pretty remarkable. So about a year, so I've been on this since 2000, I think 2013, maybe 2012, October 2012. And at the time,
That was a
uh,
long time ago.
yeah, I've been on it a
I
long
know.
time and I just keep getting younger.
I know, right?
I'm reverse aging.
Absolutely.
So
That's
now I'm
right.
probably younger than 40, right?
Right.
So, but when I first discovered it, I'd been having a severe problem with both of my hands in this area here between my index finger and my thumb. Super, super discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, a 10 plus in the discomfort range. If I
Wow.
dropped something, I wasn't able to pick it up. I couldn't hold my late husband's hand. It was just excruciating, right? And
Wow.
so somebody introduced us to this. It was a gentleman who is a health researcher, who we'd known for 40 years. And he showed us the before and after pictures. That's all the company had back then was before and after pictures. And I said, oh my goodness, if it does that for the outside, I want to try it. I had no idea what it could do for the inside, right? Now I'm like, the collagen queen. So because it's worked so well. So I started taking it, and literally in 3 weeks later, I woke up one morning and the discomfort in my hands went from a 10 to a 2. So, when you have discomfort anywhere in your body, it really restricts your quality of life.
Yeah.
I did not feel like playing. And my story, I've had gone through childhood abuse, pretty severe. And so when I was in my early 30s, I said, I'm going to heal myself because I don't want to be a woman in my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, still reeling from her past. Right.
Mm.
And so that started me on my healing journey. And so I got to a point where I was playful and I was having my second
Yeah.
childhood, right? But then all these physical issues started, and it really limits your ability to play. And so that was pretty miraculous. And then I'm also a writer and a poet. And right after my hands got that improvement, I went to a 4-day writing retreat. I took 70 pages of notes,
Mm.
um, and I did not have a flare up. And then
Wow.
what happened was I have had ankle issues from old sports injuries years ago. I used to run track and cross country. In fact, I held the mile record in my high school for over 20 years. So I used to be fast, but my ankle old sports injury would flare up. And I, as an adult, I love to walk. I'd walk 2 to 3 miles a day, but it got to a point if I walked half a mile, my ankle would flare up and inflame. I'd limp home, have to elevate it and ice it. And again, that inhibits your ability to play, right? No
Yeah.
dancing on that type of ankle, with those injuries.
Yeah. No twirling
And
around, no skipping.
no going down head first on the slide.
Nope.
And so about probably 3 months after I started on the liquid collagen, that improved to the point where I was walking 3 miles a day again, no inflammation, no swelling, no need to ice. And since then, I have a rowing machine now. I love to row. I do yoga, and I just feel good in my body. And now I have two beautiful grandsons, and I actually can get down on the floor with them and play. That's my favorite thing to do, is just get down on the floor, be at their level and play. So now I'm getting like my third childhood, or maybe my fourth.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty awesome. Yeah. And it is important, to feel good in our bodies. Yeah.
Absolutely, because I think that's more important than even like looking young again. Like it's to me, like if you can't get out and play, it's just I don't know. It just like your whole quality of life is affected. Um, so tell me about because like we were talking about even like the having too much weight, your quality of life is affected because you can't get out and play. You can't be spinning around or getting on the floor. Like you're limited as to
Yeah.
what you can do. And
That
you
you
tell me more about how it helped you lose weight.
yeah, that is a very good issue to talk about, because I don't have a functioning thyroid. I have a thyroid autoimmune condition. So they killed my thyroid off in my early 30s. So it's always been super easy for me to gain weight, super hard to lose. And um, and I do remember early on when my son was little, when I was going through this initial thyroid stuff, it was hard to get down and play with him. So I look at myself now, like, I don't know how old he is, 35 years later, and I'm getting down on the floor and playing with my grandchildren now,
Right.
like I couldn't do with him. But then more recently, 5 years ago, my second husband passed away, and due to grief and what we went through, I was grief eating and emotional eating, during his illness and after he died. And I had been at my heaviest weight, and I felt miserable inside. So I finally made the decision, I'm going to kick Ben and Jerry's and Orville Redenbacher to the curb. They're no longer allowed in my house. Why is it? It's the guys that always make me fat. But and so even though I did that and I started exercising and really taking better care of myself, I wasn't losing the weight. And I had to be careful with what supplements I take because of my thyroid issues. That can cause thyroid storms if I take something, that's not good for me.
Mm.
And so when my CEO of this company that invented this incredible liquid collagen, and by the way, she also invented a skincare line with our patented collagen, and now we have a body foam. I'll show you that in a minute. But so when she invented that, I was like, oh, that's nice, you know, for some people. It's not going to work for me, right? Like I had that negative mindset. And I've tried everything. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Well, it did work. I
I
lost 30
know.
pounds in 6 to 8 months, somewhere around there, and I've kept it off. And so it works. And the
Yeah,
cool
and I
thing,
love this story because it's like it's not even a placebo because you actually thought it's not gonna work. And it did work.
yeah. And so, and also the collagen, the weight loss product that she invented has some collagen in it. It has no thermogenics, and that's what I can't take. So it just has an incredible fat burner in it and some
Mm,
collagen in it. Because you know, sometimes as you're losing weight, you can get saggy skin. So this helps, you know, with the saggy skin. And I know it works because over a year ago, my entire family and I went on a 7-day Disney cruise, and we ate and drank our faces off, is what I
mm,
say. Everybody in my group, you know how cruises are, all that
right.
great food. Everybody in my group reported that they gained an average of 10 pounds.
Oh,
And I
wow.
thought for sure I had gained some weight. I got home and weighed myself. I did not gain a single pound. And it's
Wow.
because I took my weight loss burner, my fat burner with me. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's
I was happy.
amazing. So it does so does the foam help with the you were saying that you use that on your skin on the external, does that help with the saggy skin as well?
Yes, it does. So we have now the patented, you know, 100% bioavailable collagen in a skincare line, an anti-aging serum, a facial moisturizer, under eye cream, and an awesome lip plumper. No shots, no injections. We call it like natural Botox, right?
Mm.
And then the latest invention is our cell-proof body firming foam. So it's really cool. I love this. You just put a pump in your hand, and then you can just rub this anywhere in your body. Like right now, my elbow's bothering me, so I'm going to put some here. But what it does, and I like to put it like under the arms,
Mm.
on my thighs, on my belly,
I
anywhere.
noticed that your neck, because that's something that happens when you get look at my neck there. Your neck
Uh-huh.
is way smoother. Like
Yeah,
that.
and this is an area where because of my thyroid, I get a little red and
Mm,
it shows up. And I have noticed since I started using this, a lot of improvement in my neck. In fact,
mhm,
I don't know if you can drop before and after pictures down below, but I have one of
mhm.
a nursing friend, okay, in her 60s, who, you know, started using this on her neck. Incredible difference, remarkable.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm liking that on my neck. I even use it on my face. If I could take a bath in it, I would. I know in our European market they have um, a bath gel.
Ah,
They
that's what
have
I
a
would go for.
they have a bubble. They have a I can't think of the word. Oh, a collagen bubble bath. And I'm like, why can't we have that in America?
Wow, that'd be so great.
Yeah.
So can they so is there a website they can go to see before and after pictures?
So if they go to livingnow.net, livingnow.net, that's my site. And on there is a video. And then I think they can, um, I think there's some before and afters, but also they can reach out to me or you, and then I can get some before and afters. And actually, maybe after our show, I can throw some up on a website and you can put it down below.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. All right, so you can find that in the description box. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, this was so great, Carol. I'm
Yeah,
losing my
thank
voice.
you. Thanks for having me. And I just love talking about, you know, keeping our bodies young and
Right.
youthful because, you know, really transformation is an inside job. If
Yes.
our
And that's
bodies,
a lot of what my channel is about focusing on that inner child healing work, that inner emotional wound work. But there's also a physical element that we need to focus on that will help us to feel better in our bodies. So
yes,
that it's a both things. It's mind, body, and soul. Like it's all of it. So this is just one of the ways to feel like a kid again. And
that's why I love your channel because you focus on all of it. You know that it's a, you know, you need a balanced approach in life. So yeah, thank you for having this amazing channel. It's so cool.
All right. So if you want to get more information on how to feel like a kid again, more ideas on that, you can subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you can get notified of that. And if you found value in this video, please like it and comment below if you had any ahas or any questions. I'd be happy to answer it. All right. Thanks, Soul Tribes. Catch you later. Namaste.